Hi, we're Jonathan and Katrina Spainhours. We are new to Bellingham Covenant, sort of. We've been here about 2 years. We moved most recently from the big island of Hawaii, and we moved here to work with Youth with a Mission in the area, and we just love it here. We both went to school in Vancouver and love the Pacific Northwest. We both work in education, Christian education, with Youth with a Mission, and I work with Bible education, theology. Katrina works with ESL and TESOL, and we are so pleased to be a part of Bellingham Covenant Church.
Yes, so some of my hobbies are to have hobbies. I love hobbies so much. You could find me every Saturday at Hobby Lobby. I'm there. And I love learning new things, so anything I can do with my hands. Recently I've been learning how to make bath bombs and soaps, and I don't know what else. I love making bread. I love hiking and just being out in nature. More recently, since we moved here, I have become a bird watcher, which I never knew I would be, but we live in such a beautiful place by a lake, and there's snow geese and swans and ducks of every kind, and so I've become a bird watcher. Really fun.
I have a few favorite Bible verses. I think the funniest is in Hebrews when he says that the priests in the former covenant were prevented from death by continuing in office, which is what I think of every time I want to call in sick from work. But more seriously, I have really been struck by Mary's words to the angel of the Lord when he says that you're going to have a baby, and I just think of a 15-year-old or however old she was, hearing this news, thinking about how she's going to tell her fiance, how she's going to tell her family, like all of the judgment she's going to potentially incur, and her response is, "Let it be unto me according to your will, O God." And that is something I come back to, and I want to be that kind of a person, and I think I drop the ball pretty regularly, but it's something I really aspire to and I'm really impressed by.
Yeah, so I've met so many incredible women on my spiritual journey that have just taken me in under their wing and mentored me, listened to me when I was probably very annoying to listen to, and they've impacted me. I can look back over the years, all the way back to when I first became really a believer, and there were just incredible women who were really important in my journey, did Bible studies together, and just led me to be more like Jesus. So yeah, really thankful for those friendships. Yeah, so faith plays out in my everyday life in a number of ways. I just a couple years ago read this book, Theology of the Ordinary, and it kind of changed my everyday life and view of faith, because it talks a lot about finding the ordinary things sacred, like washing the dishes and taking out the trash, and those mundane parts of life that we don't always necessarily find so thrilling and spiritual. So yeah, I've been really trying to hold those moments as sacred and find Jesus in every moment, and it's for sure a challenge, but I think that has been a perspective shift for me and has really brought a lot more peace and joy in the everyday of life. Yes, so Jesus is my everything. When I think about, who Jesus is to me, I think of those times when I'm alone or, late at night if I can't sleep, and he's there. He's with me in every moment. He's my constant companion and most intimate friend that I have. And so, yeah, when I think of being a disciple of Jesus, I think there's just a deep sense of love for him and his patience with me and his forgiveness and his constant molding me and shaping me into who he wants me to be more like him. I think that is what I think of as far as discipleship and who he is to me. He's that close companion, always by my side and before me and behind me.
Yeah, when I think about who Jesus is to me and what does it mean to be a disciple, two things come to mind. And the first is, my past is one of growing up in the church. I'm a preacher's kid, a preacher's grandkid. I've been in missions for 20 years, but I was an atheist in my late teens and early 20s because I couldn't get my head around the idea of an uncreated being. And I remember studying Galatians and trying to say, what is this Christianity thing all about? And somehow seeing Jesus in the context of the story, which is what Galatians does, it really got me over unbelief. And I haven't struggled with that since then. And I feel like I have a sense of calling from that book, which is for me to not submit myself to the bonds of slavery again and to walk in the freedom, which is from Galatians 5:1. I have to keep studying and spending time in the Word. And the other thing about discipleship, I notice in Matthew that the English translations say that make disciples of all nations, but the sentence structure is really disciple all people. Disciple is the verb, it's not the object. And that makes discipleship a process, not a product. So for me, being a disciple is less about a product I have to become, and it's more about the process of walking together with my community, even in my sin, towards Jesus.